What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Welcome to Modern Mindcast. Oh my god, dude.
We're leaving this. We're not redoing it.
Well, welcome to Modern Mindset, episode 3 of the podcast.
Yeah, podcast number 3.
My
Special
name is
guest here.
My name is Jesse.
Yeah, I'm David.
And today we are talking with.
My name is Brandon, and I'm the owner and I guess solo operator of So Scare in Calgary.
Yeah. So I remember on episode 1 we said we were going to bring in a drug dealer, and Brandon's here now.
I'm here.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'll hook you up.
Brandon's not a drug dealer.
Not yet.
Yet. No, I'm just kidding.
So we
But
failed.
2020, new year, right?
Yeah.
New year, new me.
New year,
Yeah.
new profession. All right, so I guess like a couple things to get started here. Like, why don't you just tell us kind of like who you are and like what So Scare is, and I guess like the origin story of it. Just give us like a brief summary.
Okay, so I started this, I'd say maybe like 3 years ago. It kind of started as a joke. It wasn't really meant to be anything. I don't know where the name came from. I think it was from the Doge meme.
Right.
And I was like, let's just make a
Yes.
sticker for fun. And I don't know why. I just stuck it on my car for some reason. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll just, try and make something out of it. Because I went to SAIT for 2 years out of high school, 2012 to 14, for graphic design and marketing. And then I was basically in a company downtown where we do marketing for companies. And I was like, well, if I
That's
can,
Raycom, right?
yeah, if I could do it for other people, why not try it for myself? So I just made a couple stickers to start with. I think 4 designs. Sold it to a bunch of my friends, gave them out for free, and then just kind of worked from there for 3 years.
Okay.
Nice, the sticker approach.
Yeah,
We did
definitely,
that too.
yeah.
It's just like, it's the cheapest to start with, easiest to make, and then, I don't know, I think it was $200, and if I lost the $200, I'd be like, whatever. At least I
Yeah,
could
it wasn't a big
know that
deal.
I tried one day instead of just wondering what if I did
What
this,
if?
when you die,
Yeah.
you don't want
Yeah.
that what if. You're like,
Of
at least I
course.
tried and
Of
failed,
course,
Yeah.
of course.
and you learn from it. You
Yeah.
don't just
So
wonder.
Yeah, I was listening to something just on that topic. It was like, what if I fail? But it's like, what if you don't even try?
But even with
Yeah,
failure,
then
you
you're
still
choosing
learn from
failure.
it.
Yeah, and if you want to try something but you don't try it, then you're pretty much choosing failure. You're guaranteeing the failure that would have came in.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
either you might win or fail, or you'll fail right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, either you're guaranteeing it. Some
Yeah.
people just fear the uncertainty. But I guess my question is like, did you start it with the actual intention of like creating a brand, or was it kind of just like, rolling off of the previous thing? Because I know you made some stickers and then.
I think it just rolled off because I think I really started it because it was when I bought my house. I really needed more money for the down payment.
Right.
And then I was like, well, what do I do? Like, I could freelance a little bit more. I could, do this or that. But I was like, maybe I'll just try and start something because I've always been into brands and like clothing and all that. And I was like, maybe I'll just try. And then because working at Raycom downtown, we had a printer, so I just made the slaps for like super cheap. So even like, I don't know, make them for like 25 cents or 50 cents, giving them out, telling people to tell their friends, selling them online if I could sell them. And then it was just word of mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I think that is still the best marketing.
What year did you start?
3 years ago on November 30th. So I think, was that 15?
So no, that's more than
16.
20.
16.
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, it would have been 16.
4 years ago?
Yeah.
3 years ago.
3?
3 years ago, 2020.
Yeah.
Math. No, I'm just kidding.
So would you say like the first few people that were repping it were just like close friends and like a few people like I guess in the local car community?
Yeah, like I was never really into the car community until I started this.
Yeah, because I don't even remember like really hearing about you until
I kind of like, I got my Mustang when I got my license. And then I think I was like, because I started my basic career when I was 18. And when you start working, when all your friends are still kind of out and about partying, when you're 18, you
Yeah.
don't really know what you're doing still.
Definitely.
A lot of them kind of.
I still don't know what I'm doing.
Well, I guess 19. I was 19. Yeah. So I had a lot of extra money. I was still living at home. I was spending my money on nothing. So I was like, oh, let's just mod my car a bit. Because my dad was super into cars. Both my parents were into cars. My dad actually had a Supra, the same as yours.
Really?
Yeah, I was born in it. It was I don't know what it was.
You were born in a...
Dude, are you
Yeah,
Sounds
man,
like a
I
story.
came in it. Yeah, it was.
Like it's
he
nothing.
had the I don't know what year it was.
I was born in a Supra.
Well, I guess it was. Yeah, I'm 25. It was 25 years ago.
Wait,
it was.
So what do you mean by that?
Yeah, let's hear about
Well, basically, my mom like, what happens when you birth? Her water broke, and my dad just like raced to the hospital,
in the Supra.
and it was his MK4 Supra, purple one, midnight
Dude,
purple,
that's bad.
What?
twin turbo, and like.
Dude.
That's the best birth story
Yeah,
I've
are you
ever heard.
serious?
Yeah. My
Born in a
dad said he ran
Supra?
three red lights to get there. No tickets. Got there. And then
It's like turbo is making.
I
weird
think I was like
noises.
1 or 2. My dad kept the car. It was like summer car, but that car had so much like spool. I would puke in the car every time my dad would take it with me because they put the car seat in the back. and then he ended up selling it for a minivan. So
Oh.
I basically ruined my dad's life.
Rip.
Yeah.
Shit.
Rip. What's that minivan worth today?
It's gone. It's crushed. Put like 500 can in. It did its job.
Dude, I
Shit.
can't believe that's like do a lot of people know that story?
I don't think I've ever told anyone that.
I've never heard that.
That's a huge story. And you
Because like my
just-
dad, he started with like the CRX,
So
got
were
stolen.
you born
went
early
Supra.
then? Like, how did you
No,
make
it was just super late at night. And we
Okay,
were just
okay.
sleeping there. It's like, yo, we gotta go. My mom was like, we have to go right now. And then
I'm getting the Supra.
my dad was getting super. We're going.
We'll be there.
Yeah, and then
It's like, I knew this car would pay off one day.
yeah,
Yes.
because I think my dad used to take it to Race City and all that. back in the
Really?
day, yeah.
So
There-
cars definitely like runs in your family then, hey?
Yeah, it did. Like I was never really into cars growing up because I guess we had the minivan. We didn't have anything special, but
Right. Got a minivan.
it kind of just
Take that
happened.
to Race City.
Because I always liked, because when I had my Mustang, I was wanting it when I was first working. I liked it. It was fun to drive. It was fun to mod, doing small things here and there. And then I slowly kind of got into the community, especially
Yeah.
like starting this.
Yeah.
It was like, it kind of threw me in.
How old are you again?
25.
25.
Yeah.
Okay. So were you around when Race City was here then? Like,
I might have been around, but I was never
Okay.
into racing, so I was never there.
Yeah.
Like I never went.
yeah.
Mhm.
Hard to race a minivan, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, what did you start going to meets? Like, how did you kind of get involved?
I
in
think
the
one of my
car community?
friends from high school told me about Barlow, like, whenever, 5 years ago, 4 years ago. And I went with him.
Barlow's this like local meet here in Calgary for those that don't know.
Yeah.
And like I think it was 3 or 4 years ago. It was just like insane. It was just crazy. There's cars everywhere.
yeah, it's
people
definitely
everywhere.
changed a
Yeah,
lot.
It's
Yeah.
different now, but seeing that 4 years ago was like kind of eye popping.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
like holy
Yeah,
shit.
oh yeah, it
there's
used to be insane.
there's a
man.
scene for this.
Yes.
And like
Yeah.
you don't really see that around.
No.
Maybe because back in the day I didn't really look for it.
Yeah.
But you see and you're like, wow, this is a big thing.
Yeah, yeah. I remember going to some meets and there was like hundreds of cars. that
Yeah.
were, like,
Yeah.
Like it was just like a meet, not even like an event.
Yep.
But it was like as big as an event would be.
yeah.
Like it was that many
seriously,
cars,
man.
that many people.
Overflowing
Yeah.
parking lot.
Yeah, like, you
people
can park
ripping around the
anywhere. It was just
community.
crazy.
Yeah, I remember like all the drifters would meet up there and then like drive somewhere else, and I would just like tag along and watch and like.
At Barlow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was sick.
Remember like that job I worked at, there's someone like 4 or 5 years older than me, and he said Barlow used to be like called the races.
Yeah, yeah.
And like they actually raced.
Wasn't it Bullshit Corner? Isn't that like the?
I feel like it's different eras. Probably like the
Yeah,
races,
true.
bullshit corner, and then like shit show or something. I don't know. It
Yeah,
definitely
true.
It changed throughout the
evolves.
years for sure.
Yeah, like 100%.
Alberta car scene. As the Barlow scene has changed a lot, like I find that it used to be something that was like that I really look forward to, and then kind of over time I started to like not want to go as bad because there was always like weird people there and just like different types of people. So like I don't know, how do you think that has kind of like impacted you at all? I guess
When I started the brand, Barlow was like, I don't know if it was prime, but that was prime for me because it was like starting a brand. It was so fun.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
you wouldn't even talk to your friends about going there. You would just know they were there. Friday nights, Saturday nights. I'd try to go every Friday if I wasn't busy with something else. And it was just like a lot of fun. Like we'd be out till like 4 a.m. every day.
Damn,
just
just
hanging
cruising,
around,
right?
just cruising. Like it was
Yeah.
just good times, right?
Yeah.
So then that kind of boosted me a lot because there's a lot of word of mouth where people are like, oh, what's that sticker? What's this? Who made this? And you tell them about it and be like,
Yeah.
that's cool. Like, oh, it's your brand too. Well, like, how can I like support you?
Yeah.
Because I like that being like local. Your friends and family will support
Yeah,
you, and then their
yes.
friends and family tell each other, and
Yeah.
they kind of like that. It's kind of like started here.
Grows naturally.
Yeah.
So that was like good organic growth.
Definitely.
Nice. How would you say, because you have a bunch of support outside of Calgary and like Alberta
Yeah,
and Canada,
seriously.
honestly, right? So
Yeah.
how did you expand your brand past where you
Yes.
live?
Like
Past
I still
Barlow.
think Calgary is my biggest scene for sure, just because like you're local here, probably for you
Of
guys
course.
too. It's
Yep.
just like where you are is your biggest support.
Yeah,
But
hometown.
outside of that,
heroes.
I'm not sure how it happened. Like you just sell to someone, and then I just tell them to tell their friends, and it just kind of starts a small group there.
Cause yeah, like we went to Washington over the summer, and like we were seeing like Soul Scare stickers and like
Yeah.
meeting up with people that knew of you and stuff like that. And I was just like, damn, like this is really like worldwide.
Yeah, I did see some people in your stories, and I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
know that guy. But
Yeah, I remember you
the
messaging
thing is,
us
I don't know
too.
how I know them. We just followed me. I followed them. We started talking, kind of thing. Like I try and talk to all my followers because it's like you don't want to be like a giant corporate company where
Yes.
you send them an email,
Yeah.
no response,
Definitely.
30
Yeah.
people to go through to get
Yeah.
some sort of like answer.
man.
And I think people like that about maybe like you guys too. That if you talk to one of us, it's actually us.
Yeah.
It's not a robot. It's not someone else doing it for you.
Yeah, like you're actually communicating.
Yeah,
with
it's
your
just like a little more
community.
one-on-one. People like that. They're like, oh, you
Yeah.
actually care. Like,
Yes.
You replied to
Yeah,
your
yeah.
email that I didn't get my order, and you actually care. Like, people really like that, because with the bigger companies, you'll never get that. It's just too much work for one person.
Yeah, your
Yeah.
Facebook group, like I remember you always like posted and like people supported you so much because they really felt like they had a like genuine personal connection with you through that Facebook group. And like, yeah, I saw that as kind of like one of the biggest reasons you grew so big, because that was the first time I remember joining that group and seeing like, oh, hey, a new member just joined them from like New South Wales or something, and then like somebody else joins from New Zealand.
I remember that. It's like worldwide, and like the community was really like interactive. Like everyone would be talking with each other, and like,
super respectful, which is like one thing that I always like admire.
It was,
about that.
like that group was prime a year or two ago. I kind of died down a bit. I kind of stopped posting on there. I focused more on Instagram, and then just some things in life. You kind of get a little bit busy.
Yeah, of course.
But that group was really good, because I just started the group as like some sort of like group chat, like, but like a big one, like a big communication thing. And then like people like that, because I looked at other people and they're like, they don't have a group on Facebook, they just have a page, right? I was like, what if like you have a Facebook page, people can talk to you directly, but they cannot talk to each other unless you're in like a comment section or something. So I was like, oh, might as well start a group. Facebook has like a section for groups and pages, so might as well just start both and connect it. And then it blew up a bit.
Yeah, it's good interaction between like you and your supporters.
Yeah, because it's not just you posting and them commenting, it's them posting as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
What is one of the biggest reasons that you think people support, like why do you think people follow you, and why do you think people support you? Like what is it about your brand that kind of has that impact on people?
Man, I don't know. It's hard to say. Like, I do try and post good content. I try and post every 2 or 3 days. You don't want to post too much or too little. You want like a good algorithm, even though Instagram's algorithm's a little kind of weird now. But I just try and post good content, and then like good people like message me first, and I always talk to them, see what they're about, and definitely like hook them up with stuff. But I think people like that it's more one-on-one. They can connect with me more than like the brand, I'd say. Like, it is a lot of communication, personal, a lot of talking, but I think that's what people like about it. It doesn't feel as corporate. Yeah.
Your car, like you have a lot of followers on your like personal Instagram for 4.slow.
Yeah.
Like, how did you build that? Like, was that just because you're like a stance boy, or like how did you accumulate that many?
Because I always had Instagram, and there was like my personal account. I started posting when I started modding my car. It was kind of just like to see personally like the growth of it, just to document it. But then I was like posting too much on my personal, and I was like, oh, I might just make a separate page that's fully car.
Okay.
So I just started posting on it, and after like a year or two, it just got a lot of traction. Like maybe with like the Mustang community, you get posts on like a big Mustang page, and you get like a lot of followers from it. So it would just like one post, you get like over 1,000 followers. Like it was just like,
it's just like super niche.
It's just like you get posted and you get 1,000 instantly. It was just like so many followers, you didn't really know what to do.
Plus with like what you actually did to your Mustang is like, I feel like it's so unique.
Yeah, for those that are listening and don't know what Brandon's Mustang looks like, well, you had like what, negative?
I went negative 16 this year. And it was
on the front, like, and how wide were the wheels?
My fronts were 11 by 18, 0 offset, and then the rears were 12.5 by 18, minus 10.
Damn.
There's I think it was 6 and 7 inch lip. So it was okay. So like, I want to do bigger.
So yeah, something you don't see on Mustangs ever. Like cambered out, stanced out.
Wide body too.
Wide body.
Big wing.
Yeah, big wing.
I don't know. Maybe being in Calgary, like there's so much JDM, and I kind of grew up with JDM from my parents. But I ended up getting American for some reason.
Interesting.
But I don't know. It's just like the style. I just want to be different. All Mustangs look the same. Like you go to a JDM meet, they're all like unique. You can tell they're different.
Yeah.
But you go to a Mustang week, like Mustang week, or like any Mustang meet, they're all the same.
Yeah.
They're all power mods.
Yeah.
They're all like the same colors. They're all the same wheels.
Yeah.
They're just like, I just want to be the one that was like, oh, that one's different.
I feel like USDM has a very cookie cutter way of doing things, whereas JDM kind of more encourages that like
creative aspect.
It's more visual,
like
true. Expression. Yeah. Whereas, American, it's all power.
Yeah.
Like if they saw your car, they'd be like, "What the hell's this?"
It's a love or hate. There is no middle.
What are some like reactions that you've gotten from, I guess, like the typical USDM,
or like older people?
Like I took it to Lethbridge for street wheelers, and like these older dudes are just like, what car is this? And I'm like, it's like a Mustang. The guy was like, oh, I have one too. Same year and everything, and he just didn't know.
Looks just the same.
Like exact same year, and he was like, I didn't even know. I was like, it's not like, it looks different, but it's not like
you can still
different.
Tell
like it's still a Mustang. It's not like a different model or something.
Yeah. Although I guess to someone that's like inexperienced and has never really seen that before, they might not put it together right away.
Yeah, like I don't know. You see a big wing, if you're not a car person, you just assume it's like super fast.
That's true.
So people think that I'm just like the fastest car ever. By the way, looks, but it's like no, like I'd probably drive slower than you. So I'll crack my oil pan.
4-point slow.
Yeah. So like, wait, I got a good question for you.
Yeah, I
so
have another one after.
going into 2020 now,
Mm-hmm.
what are your plans for the brand? Like, where do you see it going? What are your like next few steps or moves with So Scare specifically?
So last year, like, I definitely felt like I was burnt out. Doing it for like 2 years, I didn't really have any good big vacations because I just moved out. I just needed money for like
Yeah, you bought a
house and mortgage and bills and stuff. And then I went 3 weeks to China, and it just kind of like revived me. Like, you know, when you're burnt out, but you don't really
Yeah,
know it.
definitely.
You're just not creative. You just don't want to do it,
Yeah.
right? Because I still work the 9 to 5. I do this on the side.
Mm-hmm.
Been doing freelance too, selling and like reselling like hype beats. Like, I was just doing a lot, and I was like, it was nice to like kind of
Yeah, like a
feel-
mental refresh.
Yeah,
is
like
always
you don't.
definitely.
Yeah, I didn't know I needed it till I was there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
You've probably
like,
been in the same mode for so long that you didn't even realize there was like a full like,
Yeah.
potential waiting to
like
be
I was just
unlocked.
in this like grind mode for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And, like the
Yeah.
Oh,
Plus,
right.
if you like, if you're in this grind mode and you're burnt out, but you don't know it, but you're like, oh, I'll grind harder. You'll get more done if you like step away from the brand and like take a mental refresh and come back stronger rather than just trying to grind it out.
Yeah, that's like at
Yeah.
any job. They always tell you to take a break every hour, 5-10 minutes, because like
Yep.
taking breaks helps you
Yeah.
instead of just going full blast
100%.
working all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that really refreshed me, and it got me more like motivated to start again and just be like refreshed.
Would you say you took a different approach when you came back, or was it just like
It was about the same. Just like I felt the love for it again.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
you kind of get burnt out.
Yeah.
You've been doing it for so long, every day, the same amount of work. You know, you don't want to stop. When you start something, if you don't stop, you'll make something out of
Yeah,
it. If you
of
go as hard
course.
as you go
Of
day one
course.
every day. So just that was just like kind of just like it took a toll on my mind a bit. Where
Yeah.
I'm just like, oh man, I have to wake up. I have 20 DMs. I have to go to work. I'll go home and package orders.
yeah,
I'll just go to
and
bed.
then answer more DMs probably.
Yeah, and then like you have
And
friends and
post
family,
too,
and
yeah.
like you're trying to just like get
Yeah.
by. It's like you just don't have enough time, and
Yeah.
I think I ended up not sleeping, like cutting sleep out to do all the stuff I needed to do,
Yeah,
and you're just like so tired for like months and months. You just don't really realize it.
yeah. You probably had like 3 full-time jobs, like family responsibilities, like So Scare, and then your regular full-time job as
Yeah,
well.
and then
so
I was doing a
every
little bit of
day.
freelance, and then a little bit of like
Damn.
reselling stuff, and it was like it was like maybe like 4 jobs, but
Yeah.
I kind of just got used to it. I was like, yeah, it's normal.
Yeah.
But in reality, you're like, holy shit, this
Yeah.
sucks. This sucks so much. But I was like, I'll work hard now so I can retire younger. But then
Yeah.
you know, like I thought I could do it. You can do it. It hurt for a bit.
So how strategic are you then when you're like planning the growth of it? Like, do you actually, how do you plan where it's gonna go, or do you plan where it's gonna go?
I plan a little bit. I sometimes let it go, so it's like more natural. But like I'll make it like a checklist. Like definitely for daily things, it's like I have like an app that's just like a checkbox, like
Yep.
reminders, like what I need to do today, because there's just so much happening all the
Yeah,
time.
definitely gotta keep track of
You
it.
let things slip, but it's like I don't want to let things slip. It's like you tell me to do it, I'll do it. I'll do it for you, right? I won't just push it off to the side. So everyday things, I'll get it done. But for the brand itself, it's just trying to like see what's out there, trying to make new products, trying to think outside the box a bit. Like some things will sell and you see it and you're like, oh, why didn't I think of that? But it was right there.
Yeah.
So things like that, because like basically just making merch, anyone could do it. It's just how you're gonna make it so it's
sure.
yours.
Yeah.
How it's unique. Will people know that you made it?
Yeah.
Where it's not just another cookie cutter brand.
And like, why should people buy this as opposed to any of the other brands? Because
Yeah.
there's a lot of brands out now.
Like like when you see what we're doing, you look on Instagram or online. There's a lot of people that do what we do.
Yeah.
But what makes us different than them? Why do people follow them? Why do people follow us?
Definitely.
It's trying to be a little different, a little bit unique.
What would you say is your unique element? Like, why is your brand different? I know it's a tough question.
With the name for sure not being like proper English, that makes people talk.
Okay,
So
yeah,
I found that
that's
that's
true.
kind of a good thing. Where they're like, what does that mean?
So like controversy kind
Yeah,
of?
it's like, what does that mean? Then you explain, they're like, oh, that's pretty cool. And it was like
Okay.
trying to find a meaning for that was a struggle for a bit because I don't know what I was starting. It was just like words.
yeah.
It was like 2 words put together. Let's make something out of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the like identity of it, trying to figure out
Okay.
who you are and trying to express that
Right.
as maybe like an art or something that you can put your name behind is what people like try and support.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'd say like the community element of your brand as well is like hugely unique. Like you said, not a lot of people actually talk to their followers and like engage with them on a personal basis. So I think that's like one of your biggest strengths, I guess.
Yeah, like the community is super tight, and like when I do my
Yeah.
season opener and enders, is like it's a lot of people come, and you don't
Seriously,
see a lot of these
yeah.
people come to like I don't see them a lot any other time. They're just there for that.
Yep.
And it's fun time. It's a good. I don't know. The scene in the city is dying a little bit, so I'm just gonna try and keep doing an opener and an ender and see how big it gets.
So like with goals, like specific goals, like do you like So Scare's going to do this in 2020, or we're going to go here. Like, do you have anything like that planned?
Like, I don't think I have any specific goals. Goals just like stay happy, stay motivated. Like
Okay.
a lot of people hit their goals, which is good. You know, you have a goal, you want to hit it. They want to hit it like by the end of the year. But what if you hit your goal, let's say like June or July, which is like, you know, halfway there. You don't want to just stop, right? Like, oh, I hit the goal, I can just do nothing for the rest of the year. So I don't really have a
We were
set
talking
goal.
about
It's
that.
just like
Yeah, we were.
continuous growth. Just to continue what
Okay.
your goal is, but to like surpass it, keep going. Like
Yeah.
just
yeah.
to like be proud of yourself.
Yeah, me and Jesse were talking about that earlier today. When you set a goal, like you kind of just mentioned, like you kind of have to make sure it's ongoing. Because if you set a goal at a certain thing, like say you want to reach 10,000 followers on your Instagram account, once you grind, you work there, you get to 10K eventually, and then it's like, you know, you need to make sure you make the next step. Because if your goal just kind of ends at 10K, you don't know what you're going to do past that, and then
Right.
like you can kind of lose all the progress you've made.
Yeah.
So
You're like, what do I do next?
yeah, you have
Right?
to have
Yeah.
like ongoing.
Or even like forget to set another goal. Like, you know, obviously you hit 10K and then like you, I guess technically should like set another goal in a future
Yeah.
follower.
Like
Yeah.
even with yearly goals, like a lot of people like you hear in November, December, they're like, oh, 2020 I'm gonna do this. Like, why wait 2 months? Why are you stalling
Yeah,
yourself? Just
very
start right now.
true,
Like
man.
Yeah.
so many
Very
people
true.
start at the new year because it's like it is nice
Yes.
because it's like new year, new me, you know, new date. But
Yeah.
like you can just start your goal today. Like what
Yeah.
makes a couple different like days
Yeah,
difference?
I like the way you said that. Like people think they get to November and then they're like, oh yeah, like 2020, I'm gonna kill it. But like there's
gonna
still got like
be-
2 more months left.
And then yeah, halfway through 2020 they don't kill it, and then they're like 2021 is
Yeah, yeah.
my year. Like you're just delaying yourself. Like you are in the way of
Very
yourself.
true.
Yeah, especially with starting like new habits, it takes time. It's not like, okay, this is day one, I'm gonna start this now. Like it's good to have that 2 months to kind of transition into the new year.
Like yeah, everything takes time. Like you don't just start something. You're just like you're there in
Right.
one day. Like everyone would do it if they could. Like it takes determination and time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people get sidetracked because if you don't see growth for a bit, they're just like, oh, like I don't need to do this anymore. It's not gonna work. But you just gotta push through that. Like everyone has ups and downs with whatever you do. You just gotta keep going.
Yeah, I'd say a common question we get asked a lot is like the people want to start a brand, but they don't know how, or they're too scared to. So like definitely say like just like not giving a fuck what other people think. So what other people think, so you're not too scared to start something. Like has that kind of mentality like help you do certain things about your brand, or just kind of like, you know, like free flow with your work, or like
I think it did help me. Like I guess having a graphic design background and marketing, it was like a step ahead of everyone else because like I went
Yeah.
to school for 2 years for this. Everything I do is still done by myself. Like I don't outsource anything.
Nice.
Basically every single thing you've ever seen is touched by me. Like
wow,
Like marketing
like,
side and
like
and
marketing,
design side.
website, ads,
packaging,
communication,
all that.
packaging, like
That's crazy. That's a
like
lot of
literally
work.
like I have it on my LinkedIn. Literally everything that this brand is, I do it. Like everything.
That's insane.
And it's nice
that's
being
awesome.
like solo, but like it does take a lot of time. You kind of get burnt out from it, but it's nice when it's
Yeah.
like is yours and like
Yes.
Yeah.
I can tell people about it. I have it on my resume. Like it helps having that background.
Yeah,
Resume?
definitely.
It's on the resume.
It's 2020, bro. I was
the
thinking about this the
portfolio.
other day. Like, I don't know. I think resumes shouldn't be a thing anymore. Just like,
I don't know if they shouldn't be a thing. I just feel like people are caring about them less.
I feel if I was to apply for a job right now, just like, you know, and they were like, "Can I see your resume?" I'd straight up be like, "Resume? Like it's 2020." Like,
It's like the resume is like the first part, and then once you're in, it's all about the
Yeah, I
interview,
guess it is
right?
like a summary of your skills
Yeah,
before they meet you.
Like-
yeah, I'd say like look at the results. You know, I'd be like, say if you're applying for like a social company and you were applying to build their social media, so you wanted to be like a social media marketer for them, and then say you have a few pages under your belt with lots of followers, you go in and be like, hey, I can build your page for you. They're like, okay, give me a piece of paper with everything like you do or no, you know what I mean? It's like, no, let me show you the accounts that I've worked on, the businesses
yeah,
that I've
it's all
built.
about the portfolio now.
Like
Yeah.
it's more the results than the piece of paper, in my opinion.
And like
That's
the personality too, like how
Yeah.
you present it rather than like a piece of paper trying to present it for you.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. It's like
Yeah, it's who you know now. It's not what you know.
Yeah,
like if you know
definitely.
someone in a company
100%.
and they recommend you, your
That's-
Yeah.
employer trusts
Yeah.
this person already because they work for you.
Yeah.
So like, oh, I'm gonna trust this person. 'cause
Exactly.
I already hired them and I know them, and I'll just hire
Very
their friend,
yeah,
right?
I've seen it, and like they don't need to look at that piece of paper.
No, it's like, oh, you're like my employer suggested this person. I'll see an interview and that's it. One interview, we don't.
100%.
Because I heard that like when you're doing interviews, I think an employer is like within the first 10 seconds they already know if they're gonna hire you.
Yeah.
Or just like by the way
Quick
you talk.
judgments.
just body language, like
Yep.
maybe
Yep.
a minute, they just know.
Yeah.
Like
A weak handshake if you're like, you know,
it's
half
that
handed
fast,
or
right? Yeah,
something.
like the confidence and just how you
Yeah, exactly.
talk.
Right.
A lot of
Confidence
it's
is huge.
communication these days because
Yeah.
like everything needs to be communicated properly.
So rolling off of that, I have a question. What is holding you back from taking Soul Scare full time, or do you even want to?
I think about this all the time. The thing, I don't know if it's holding me back. It's just that my 9 to 5, they treat me well. I really like my coworkers. I'm on flex hours.
So you actually like enjoy your job?
I do enjoy
like,
it. I work with
Nice.
great coworkers. There's 15 of us on our team.
That's awesome.
Like you wake up and you're like, yeah.
No, like
Time to go to
like,
work.
I'll wake up and I'm like, oh, I gotta go work. But it's like I do like enjoy being there and like
Yeah.
they treat us well. Like it'd be hard to quit.
you're not dreading it every day, right?
No, like
Okay,
because like
that's good.
they give us flex hours, so basically we can work like any time that we want as long as the work is done. That's all I care about. So it's like, oh, I got my work done, then I have a lot of free time at work.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's good.
So like, so yeah, sometimes at work I can do some other personal things.
Okay.
But I hope my employer doesn't listen to this. But no, it's
Brandon, fire him.
I'm fired.
I'm just kidding.
Then I'll go solo. But yeah, like I don't know, being like a solo operator for a brand, like I don't think I could be packaging orders 8 hours a day. Like you guys do like your other things, right? You do videos, you do Infamous, you do like hands-on, right?
Yeah.
My stuff's not hands-on. It's all behind a computer. Like
Right.
I wait for the orders to come in on my phone, and then I just go home and do it. Like other than packaging orders, I don't need to be at a certain place just because I'm like,
Okay.
I think it's like a sole proprietor is what the business license is under. It's like you just wait for things to come in online, and then you just ship it out. So you do the work as it comes in. So it's not like I could like do a month's work in one day and just like, you know, take a couple days off. Like the work comes in and then you
Right.
do it. It's like a steady flow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's up and down. Like you don't get orders, you don't get orders. If you do, you do. But you can't just hold off from it because then they'll be late and then you can't like get it ready because like,
Yeah.
you don't know what they want, right? Just selling products, it's a nice side business because you don't need to physically be somewhere.
Mm-hmm. It's not as demanding as.
And also like when like same as you guys, when you guys post photos of your hoodies and stickers and stuff, like it's an ad technically, but people follow you for that stuff, so they don't get mad about it. Or let's say if you're a company that like, you know, they wash your floors or whatever, like you can't put an ad like that on social media because you're on social media to kind of get away from that. You don't want to see that.
True.
So like,
Yeah, you gotta be strategic
from
about it
our
for sure.
perspective, we're in this kind of niche of like the perfect marketing
Right.
idea because it's like people follow us for our ads and they don't get mad about our ads, and then we post other things too. And like content is almost given to us because it's like someone will put your sticker on your banner. They'll send you a photo and be like, hey, can you post my car on your page? It's like, it's free content, which a lot of companies, like the company I work for, you're always making content because you're trying to be
Yeah.
relevant, you're trying to put stuff out there.
Yeah.
But for us, it's like people just like take our stuff and then give us content. It's just weird.
Yeah, I've never seen a cleaning company like. I've never seen someone be like, "Oh, dude, can you like post my clean house on your?"
Or like
guys'
even like a
page?"
bank, you're just like, oh, I don't want to see this, I'll skip it, right? You see sponsor, you're like, oh, you know, you
Yeah.
want it to be like relevant to
Interesting.
you, and that's what social media is about, trying to get away from things you don't want to see, right?
That was them.
Crackheads just walk past.
All right. Okay. So, with certain people that rep your brand, I don't know. I feel like at some points I've seen like So Scare and like Brandon are like different. What do you have any like comments about that? Like they could both be interpreted different.
Well, like the thing is, like I don't really put my face behind the brand. Like you go on my Instagram page or anything I post, you don't know who's behind it. Like you know you're talking to a person, but
Of course.
I don't have a picture of myself on the website.
So you don't have like your faces and
No, like I don't know. Maybe I'm like private about that. I tag my personal that you can see my personal life, but I keep it separate. Like people don't know me for the brand; they know the brand. Then like I'm attached with it because I like own it and I run it. But I've never been just like put my face on it.
Yeah.
Maybe because I don't do videos. Like you don't see me like in the social media. It's like the car itself or the product.
do you
Whereas
plan to
guys-
stay that way?
I think so. Like because you guys vlog, which is like you kind of have to be it. You can't just vlog like facing forward, just like what you're doing. You kind of
Yeah.
have
like
to
a
be in
first
it.
person. type
Yeah,
Yeah, I
first
remember I
person.
filmed one video just filming everything I was doing, but not my face, and people were like, "Show me your face."
Yeah, people are definitely drawn towards faces.
Yeah.
I've
because
found.
when you're facing the camera, you're like your body language, you're like facing.
Yeah,
the
you're
video, they kinda
interacting
feel
with
like
the
they're like
viewers.
standing in front of you, you're talking
Yeah.
to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
much
Whereas
more
if you have a
interactive.
video like this way, it's like you're behind them and they're just in front of you, facing forward.
Uh-huh.
So maybe it's a little bit of like body language.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
people like that aspect too of like they want to feel like they're hanging out with you and like doing whatever you're doing
Yeah,
with
like,
you
they wanna
rather
be
than
with
just
you.
like you know being
Witnessing
you, even
it.
though they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they don't want to watch like a virtual oil change.
Yeah.
They'd rather like hang out with you and do an oil change.
Yeah, I think that's like,
Psychological.
that's like the vlog part where it's like, that's the blog part, right? It's not a
Yeah.
tutorial. It's like you're doing it with
Definitely.
this person, which is what makes it that like one-on-one feel.
Uh-huh.
I think that's why blogging and vlogging is so popular now, because you want to like feel like you're doing it with someone, because then it's a little more like comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can hang out with people without actually hanging out.
Yeah,
with them.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's all in the mind.
Yeah, I remember like that's the comment we'd get all the time, just like, oh, I feel like I'm with you guys when I'm watching the videos. So it's cool how people can like feel involved in a piece of content.
Yeah.
So, do you do mostly stickers or mostly apparel? And why? Why do you do one or the other?
I think I do stickers more because it's easier to do more designs.
Okay.
Easier to hold on to them. You know, it's smaller, easier to ship. Whereas apparel, I don't drop ship, so I just order bulk and just keep it in my guest bedroom, and it just takes up a lot of space. So I usually like do one order or like 200, then I'll just like, once it's gone, reorder the next one, keep doing the next one. So I do kind of do like one at a time as a cycle. Like I just don't have a warehouse. I don't have enough room to keep like 5,000 hoodies in my house. Because I already have one room that's just like my office. It's just full of merch like everywhere. Like you gotta stay organized so you know how much inventory you have, but
Definitely.
there's a lot of stuff in there, right? And then you order more. It's a little cheaper too.
Do you have hardcore haters?
I don't know. Like
And how do you deal with haters?
I think at the start you get a bit of hate because like when people don't really know what you're about, it's just like
Yeah.
they just hate for no reason. You're
They
just
hate
like,
what they
dude,
don't
I don't
understand.
even know who you are. Like what is the deal here? And like at first I think I let it get to me a bit where I was like, you kind of take it. You know you don't want to take it personally because it's all over the internet. You're like,
Of course.
these people won't talk shit to your face.
You know you shouldn't take it personally.
But you read it and it just hurts, right? You're so
Yeah.
connected to your brand. It's like they're like attacking you personally. But like after a while, you just like you grow a tough skin. You just let it go.
I agree,
You're just
yeah.
like that's like
Yeah.
the self growth because when you start like you're not used to someone attacking you like that. You're like why? Like what's happening?
Yeah.
Here, right?
Yeah, right.
But then eventually you're just like I just don't care, right? Like you
Yeah.
just gotta let. I
So
guess,
you just don't care, like
Like these people are so hurt to like try to spread negativity
yeah,
on
but
your
it's
brand.
like how negative do you have to be to try and spread it, right?
Exactly.
Like if you're that negative, you're
Okay, good.
somewhere where
So
you
you-
don't want to
Yeah,
be.
exactly.
So you're trying to drag
Exactly.
everyone down. It's like no, dude, just like
Yes.
just let me do my own thing.
Yeah,
That's good, that's good.
They need to be in a better place.
Yeah, and it's like you learn from that where it's like, well, I'm in a better place, so I'm just gonna let it go. Like it's
Yeah.
not worth a reaction because that's what they want from you. They want you to
Yeah.
react, right? So
Yeah.
just like I don't know. I think it's just like I just ignore it now. It's not like definitely not a lot anymore. I don't really hear it at all. But at the start, when people are wondering, you just blow up for no reason. Everyone's like, oh, like it's just the hype that
Yeah.
you get talked about, and you're just like, I just don't like it.
Yeah,
It's
I
like, I don't
agree.
like it for no reason. But
yeah,
I'm just gonna
I
not
remember
like it.
like seeing a lot of posts and like shit show and things like that. Like people saying some like really hurtful things, but like there was so many comments on it that I was like, dude, you guys are helping him. Like you're trying to
Yeah.
like bring
That's
him
what. Yeah,
down,
people
but
don't
you're
get that. It's like
you're bringing
Yeah.
so much exposure.
any
to his
publicity
brand.
Any
publicity, even if it's good or bad.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, people forget. Trends come and go. Terrible things happen, and then next month something else happens. You forget about that, right? But
Yeah.
at the time,
Yes,
it sucks.
yes.
It sucks.
All right, okay, good. I'm
But-
glad you understand.
Yeah,
that,
any
'cause-
energy towards whatever you're talking about, bad or good, it's
Yeah.
still energy towards
Like
whatever
that was
you're
when I
talking
started,
about.
like 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, and it's like when you start, you're like, yeah, it hurts. It sucks,
Yeah,
right?
I
Should
agree,
I
man.
continue
I
this,
agree.
or should I just let it go and just be a normal person again? But then like now that I've been doing it for 3 years, and you see yourself grow, these people just go away. Like what do they have to say?
Yeah.
Like success is literally the best revenge.
Seriously.
Like
Yep.
they're like, oh, I see this guy everywhere
Results
now.
matter.
What am I gonna
Yeah.
say?
Results.
Yeah, you don't get people repping your brand across the world if
Yeah.
you're not doing something like actually meaningful and like,
Like
impacting
sure, I'll like
people's lives.
if they see my stuff somewhere else and it annoys them, good. It's
Yeah.
like that. It's like that kind of like subtle
Yeah.
revenge. But
Plus,
I'm not gonna like
they recognize it and they're thinking about it actively. So
because
it's
the
like
people who hate think about you the most, right?
Yes.
They're like,
Yeah.
what can I
Yes.
say to like piss
Oh,
them off?
yeah.
And like I don't know, in my head now it's just like, man, I just don't care. Like I don't have time.
Yeah.
I don't have time for this. Like
Definitely.
you get so busy with life.
you
Yeah.
don't have
Whereas-
time to be giving energy to
Yeah,
the
like-
negative.
Like last year, I got so busy like traveling. I took 6 weeks off work to travel.
6 weeks.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why.
Is that when you went to China? And
Yeah, I did China for 3 weeks. I did Vegas, BC for a bit. Like, yeah, my work treated
That's
me well.
awesome.
It's like it'd be hard
Nice.
to quit, right?
Yeah, of
they,
course.
you know, you treat your employees well, they're gonna work hard.
Oh, yeah.
You pay minimum wage and they work their ass off, they're gonna leave because you know your worth, right?
Yep.
Like we're in Canada, it's like one of the best places in the world. You know, you can do anything here.
Mm-hmm.
But
100%.
yeah, like I got busy last year. I got engaged and married too, which I don't think was supposed to happen last year, but it's like a good opportunity at the
Congrats.
restaurant and stuff. And it's like, oh, let's just send it.
Yeah.
So just like, holy shit, that was a lot of planning.
That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah,
Like
I bet.
6 weeks out of city, and then like I think we were engaged for like 5 months, and then we planned our wedding for like in 1 month, and it's just like holy shit, that was the worst.
You planned it
days
in
of my
1
life.
month?
Yeah, I got engaged in
Holy
like March,
shit.
and then my work bought a restaurant. And they're just like, hey, if you guys want to do your first wedding there in like September, we'll give you like a fat discount.
Damn.
So we're like,
That
oh,
is
let's just
awesome,
send it,
dude.
right? Because once we can engage for like a year or two,
Nice.
you're
Yeah.
like recovering. Because like bought my house like 3 years ago, I was recovering for like a year.
Of course.
And then,
Of course.
like-
build up that bank account again.
Yeah, and then like you're
Yeah.
just absolutely destroyed by like a vacation because like 3 weeks in China was like it's a big flight and like it's
Yeah.
expensive there.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
And then just trying to like scrape by for like a wedding and then just like dying again from that. And then trying to make products and like
Right.
Yeah.
Invest in
oh
your
man,
brand.
it was like hell for a while. But I'm
Damn.
happy it's over now, right? Like for all last year, it was like definitely my hardest year of my life. It was like so much happening. You're like, is this what life is?
But you probably grew so much personally because
But
of that.
personally, now looking back, I was like, that was a hell of a year. But I'm happy it happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's all done.
That's
Get
so
out of the way. That's
interesting.
why, like, for me, it was like, I'm so motivated right now for 2020 because I
That's
have
good,
the
man.
time to dedicate it to this.
Right.
Well, last year I literally had no time. Like, I was
Yeah,
just like,
Yeah.
You're not trying to plan
A lot of
wedding
life
this year.
going on.
like I would try and sleep in, but I'd have meetings. So I'd be like, I'd sleep for 5 extra minutes, but I'd run in my house to my car. I'd like speed on Deerfoot to work. I'd like run into meetings,
those are
and
the
then I'd like
worst.
leave the meetings early, get my work done, leave early, go home, do orders, then just like run. Like I'm just like running.
Yeah,
I could
just
never even
booking
like
it all
walk.
day.
Man. It's like always thinking and like no sleep. Like you know, you try to see your parents once in a while.
Hey guys, how's it going? I gotta go.
in-laws,
Yeah.
Friends, like just like oh my god, I don't have enough time today. It's like hey, like because I used to like drum all the time. It was like kind of the thing I did before cars.
Yeah, you
It's
used to
kind
be
of
in a
like
band,
thing.
hey?
Yeah, I used to be in a band. They got pretty big now. Like I think they got signed. They did Warped Tour for a bit.
Dude, that's
Nice.
cool.
But that was when I was in state. I was like, man, do I quit my job that's
Be
like
a rock
stable,
star.
or like live a dream? And I was like, oh, fuck it, fuck the band. I'll keep it as a hobby, right?
Interesting.
But, like now, man, I just don't have time. Like last year, I was like, oh, I want to drum. I want to like watch TV. I want to play like Xbox. Be like, I look at my calendar, and be like, oh, I can't till like 14 days later, like 2 weeks. I'm like, why is it like this?
Do you think if you got an opportunity like that again now with the mindset that you have now, you would have made a different decision?
Like maybe like at the time it's just like time and place, right? Like basically just eating a down payment. I was like, I cannot quit my job. Like
Okay. So
these
your
mortgage-
goal was to buy a house. and
Yeah, like I bought it pretty young. I think it was like 21 or 22. It was like
That's super
like
young.
oil and
Wow.
gas was just like crashed pretty hard. Like my dad got let go, and then I don't know. He worked his ass off, so he just retired young, and it's kind of like a good role
Nice.
model for me because like, you know, work your ass off. But dad retired. He was like he got let go, and he's like, fuck this. I'm going to ski every day.
Nice.
I'm going golfing
That's
every day.
awesome, man.
So he retired when he was 50, you know, and just lives his life now. It's like, man, like, why can't I do that? I don't want to work till I'm 65. I don't work till
Yeah.
I'm 70, you know, scraping away. And you're like, you
Fair
want to
enough.
like, you want to enjoy your life.
Yeah. 100%.
So like that was my mentality last year, just like grind, like
Yeah,
let's work
do the work now,
Let's work 4 or
get it
5
all
jobs,
done.
grind my ass off, and like see what happens next year, right?
Right.
But, like I do live a comfortable life. Like I do have like I do a lot of things that a lot of people can't do, but like I worked for it, and it
course.
feels good when you see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like because we're all so young, you're trying to make it by.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely. Yeah,
But
we're all
like
just
when
trying
you're
to
in your
figure it out.
20s, you see like maybe all my coworkers are a little older. They have kids. They tell you what to do in life. It's like, oh, I did this and I shouldn't have. And you know, you get like advice from people who are older because they've lived through it, like the ages.
Of
But it's
course.
like when you're in your 20s, you're in like any mindset in life. You could be like in high school mindset still. You could like have a career. You could have a
True.
house. You could be traveling.
That's a good point,
You
yeah.
could be blackout drunk every day. Like the 20s are a weird time.
That is
Because I have
very
so
true.
many friends that are just on so many levels of life.
Yeah.
And you're all just the same age.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some
that's
of them are
true.
like
Right?
married and like already having kids, and then there's some that are still in like the party phase.
The
Yeah.
party like blackout
Yeah.
phase, and you're
That's
like, where
so
are they now,
true.
right? You know, you have
Yeah.
people in high
That's
school, you're like,
interesting.
what happened to them? And they just become super successful, and some people just like something happened, they're just like drug addicts. You know, it's just like
Yeah.
like
I-
the 20s,
Yeah.
are a weird time.
There's something that it's a piece of like information I stumbled upon. It was like I think it was by Jim Rohn, but it said everyone goes through about the same, but how you react or respond from that is what's different amongst people. So like all the hardships and like things that people deal with, everyone about like goes through the same stuff, but like it reacts differently to it. So that's interesting.
What do you
That
mean?
like everyone goes through about the same
Okay.
of like difficulties, you know, maybe like low income, or they're struggling, maybe
Okay,
someone
okay, yeah.
passes away from their
Just
life.
like life challenges.
Yeah,
and-
challenges. Everyone like average, like it all balances out. So everyone, you know, averagely has about the same life.
Of course,
Just
there's
like
a few special cases here and there.
yeah, of
but
course. But like,
Overall, like,
overall, yeah.
yeah,
So
I'd agree with that.
so it's like, but the way people respond to those challenges, the things
Yes.
that have happened in their life, is what's different. You know, some people might
True,
have gone
eh?
through things, and then like it affected their life for the rest of their life. You know, they're in this like dark place or something like that. But other people are able to like kind of find the bright side in it, the positive side, and like flip it
Yeah,
around.
like
and
the same event could affect two people completely differently.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's.
But it's how you interpret it. Like,
Yeah.
I think last year for me, like, so much shit was going on, and like good and bad, and you're just like, man, I just don't have time for it. It's like, fuck this. I'm not thinking about this anymore. Like, you're just so.
Just done.
Yeah, I'm just so done with this. Like, I have something else to worry about. Like, fuck this. If I worried about everything I needed to worry about, I don't know what would happen.
Yeah.
Like, my head would like blow up.
Yeah.
What type of person were you in high school?
Like, I'd say I was like a little bit outgoing.
Yeah?
Like, I had a strong friend group.
Pretty, like, social?
I could, yeah, like, it's social. I could swap to like all the different, you know, everyone has like kind of groups.
Yeah,
I was
of
the one
course.
I'd say I could go to all the different friend groups because I knew a
Nice.
couple people in each.
Nice.
Like, no, high school's a fun time. I do miss it. Like, I don't know. A lot of people say that high school is like the worst, and they're so like, you know, in your high school, everyone's like, oh, I can't wait for high school to be over. Like, I loved high school. You have like all the
had a
time in
good
the
time.
world. You don't have that many classes. Like grade 12, you have spares and stuff, and like you make enough money at the mall to just like kind of get by. Just
At the mall.
get a little, you know, you like buy like, I'll just buy some food here and there and like a small thing, but it's like you have no responsibilities.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
And
rent.
all this time, like
No mortgage.
you think about it now, it's like imagine you had that time now. Like, oh man, what I'd do with all that time.
Yeah.
'Cause time is money. Like you run out.
Yeah.
What
But that's
would-
part of the
yeah.
lesson, hey? Like,
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, but you learn from that. Like you got to get your first shitty job to really know.
Yeah.
It's like I
Yes.
don't want this, right? I want
What
to
what would you do at that time? Like, what do you enjoy? What are you like super passionate about outside of Soul Scare?
I don't know. Like I feel like I've been working so hard, I forgot what I enjoyed to do. Like
That's sad, dude.
just having. Yeah, last year was like a shitty time. Well, I'm happy it's over now.
busy?
Good and shitty. It was like too busy, right? You can only work so hard.
Definitely.
Like you gotta. Like some people will work harder, some people will work less, but they both say that they're busy.
Of course.
But you gotta find the balance in your life. Like some people, like some of my friends in high school, they're like, they don't make a lot of money, but they're not like paycheck to paycheck, but they're not making a lot, but they just live such a great life. Like they live in Banff, they're like doing what they love every day, snowboarding every day, biking every day, like no stress, just a good mindset, not a lot of money. Like they don't need money. They have other friends who are just grinding away. They're just engineers working like 50-hour weeks, 60-hour weeks, and they're just like they want to kill themselves because they're so stressed. But
yeah, but they're making money.
but they're making the money, right? So like there's this different happiness
Yeah.
to people. Like
Yeah.
some people need money to be happy. Some people need things. Some people just want to live a good stress-free life. And I think everyone personally is on a different level, right? You have 100% in your life, but you got to figure out what's right for you.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
feel like
you gotta balance,
balance
your
is
happiness and your
super
money,
important.
right? But you
Hugely
learn that when you
important.
grow up. Because
Yeah.
I think last year, like, just being that busy, I was like I can't take this.
Right.
It's just a little too much.
Yeah.
And then
okay.
you start questioning everything, right? You're just like,
So
"Oh,
so
why
you
do I
like
do
having
this?"
some free time, like you like having time to yourself.
Yeah,
and-
just time to like relax, like I
Okay.
didn't
So
think
you just
I-
like chilling, like
just chilling, like
do you play video games or like?
I used to like me and my brother when we lived at home. We used to play like Xbox all the time. It was so
Nice.
fun. Come home from work, play a little bit of Xbox. My parents would make us dinner. We'd watch some shows and go to bed. It was just like a nice cycle.
Yeah.
But then last year, like I don't think I had a day off the whole year where I was like, yeah, I'm not doing anything. It was just like go every day. Like
So you like that comfort of like.
yeah, just like a little bit of just like I can like actually like enjoy my life, right? Where it's
Okay.
like
Okay.
what I did last year, I can like enjoy it this year.
Yeah.
Because last year was just so much, and then this year you realize that time is a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. As you get older, you kind of get accustomed to like how valuable time
Yeah, like-
really is.
Yeah, time is honestly the most important.
Like
It
when
is.
people say they're bored, it's like you're bored because you made yourself bored. Like go do something. Like there's so
Yeah.
many things you could do here.
Yeah.
right?
That's true.
You can better yourself every day,
Every day.
but you just
Yeah.
got to be in the mindset to like I guess grow. You got to find your passions.
Yeah.
Like I used to, I guess before cars, I was into drumming. I was in the band and all that. We had a couple shows, toured a little bit. It was super fun, but being in a band, it's too hard to make it big. So I was like, I'll just cut it. You know, I'll keep it as a hobby, right? I want it to still be around, but to try for that every day and for just such a low chance, no.
Interesting. See, I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of opposite. Like, for me, I like focus on that low chance, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this a big chance, or like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's
just
different for
interesting,
different
like-
people. I think maybe when I put the down payment on the house, that was kind of like
That is true.
That
That's
was
a
the cut.
huge like limiting.
because like I
factor.
was like 21. You're still a kid. You don't really know what you're doing.
Very true. Very
Mhm.
true.
At the time, me and my girlfriend, we combined our bank accounts, and I was like, "This is it. Like, if I do this, we're in Calgary for a long time. We're stuck here, right? I'm gonna cut my dreams. Not to be, like, depressing,
here, babe.
But yeah, and, like that was when I was like, man, I'm an adult. Let's do it. Let's just do it.
Shit,
Like I can
at
still do it as a
21,
hobby.
Yeah.
21.
Yeah. Well, the market was so bad.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
you
last-
capitalized on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's why I needed more money, so I started the brand.
Interesting.
So I was like, oh, let's just send it. And then
So you did all of this for money.
Yeah, you could say that. You became something from the money. Because at first I was like, oh, I'll just make a bit of money, use it as a boost, and then just like, if
Ah.
it dies, it dies, right?
Yeah.
But then I just kept doing it, and it kept growing. So I was like, why don't I just keep
Interesting.
doing it? Like,
Wow.
if
Yeah.
you see growth, why stop, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you can still find the passion behind it, Like it is a job.
Yeah, so you started it to have like some extra side money, and then it kind of evolved into like something you were actually really passionate
Yeah,
about.
like it
and-
just because I was never into cars growing up, and then I just got a Mustang, and then I started liking it myself, and then I started the brand for the money, and then it just kind of I grew a community out of it, and I really loved that, and that changed the outlook on the brand for me.
That's
where I
cool.
was like, this isn't just for money anymore. It's for like it's to build
yeah,
something, right?
like a total dynamic shift. Like,
yeah.
That's very interesting. Because, yeah, you're definitely, like, leaving a legacy and, like, an impact on people who, like, don't really understand it, and then maybe they do understand it, and then they become a follower.
Yeah, like, I have
supporter.
people all the time that message me, they're like, man, your brand is, like, it's so positive, it's so nice. Like, I met my girlfriend through your meet, it was so awesome.
Oh,
like,
really?
I've, like,
Dude,
met
that's
friends
cool.
through your brands, and it's, like, it's cool to hear that, because it's, like, oh, I actually, like, made a difference to someone's life.
Yeah.
Like, even a
Yeah.
small difference, right?
Yep.
Little matchmaker here.
Or, like, yeah, like Christmas, man, people are like, oh, I'm just going to buy a hoodie for, like, my, like, family. Like, they
Yeah.
love your shit, and you're just like, oh, that's, like, awesome, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
you don't think
cool.
about it, but it's, like, it makes a big impact to someone
Yeah.
else's life.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You don't really see that all the time, right? They don't,
Right.
Not everyone buys your stuff. They don't tell you what they did with it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
It's just, like,
very
just to
true.
hear that, it's like, oh, it's like,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Very true.
Or like you see your stuff overseas and you're just like, oh, that's
Yeah.
my stuff. I touched that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even been there in my
Yeah, like
hoodie.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you're shipping a place you don't even know.
Yeah.
Isle of Man.
Yeah, Isle of Man.
Have you heard of Isle of Man
No,
before?
you should there.
Yeah.
I shipped to a place called Guam, and it's like this small American like
Yeah, I've heard of it.
island in like I don't know Indonesia or somewhere there. And I was
Yeah.
like, because I was on like the map, and I was like, I know the United States. Where's Guam? Like, where is it in North America? And it was just like somewhere else. I was like, I didn't know
Yeah.
the U.S. had this part.
Would you
Yeah.
say that's the farthest place you've shipped?
I don't know like farthest. Like I do a lot of Europe and like Japan and stuff.
Nice.
I don't know what's actually like kilometer the farthest, but
That's cool.
it's cool seeing stuff that goes like places that you don't know
For
far
sure,
away. It's like
yeah.
I'd love to visit that place. My
Mhm.
merch will visit there for me, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't get the experience. Like, yeah, that's a goal too. Maybe travel a little bit more.
Yeah, you seem like you're passionate about traveling for sure.
I grew up never really traveling. My parents raised me more of like kind of like buy things that you can keep forever and enjoy every day, like a TV, a car, and stuff. So my parents were never big on traveling.
They were more on like long term.
Yeah, my dad was like, because my dad was always in cars. He's like, why travel when I could buy a Supra? And my mom was like, okay, sure, because my parents they both love cars,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they
What
love
nationality are you, by the way?
travel. I don't even know. I think we're just Chinese.
Okay.
I think I'm
Okay.
third gen. My parents were born here
Uh-huh.
Okay.
in Penticton,
Okay. Okay.
BC.
Nice. That's cool.
But yeah, maybe I don't know. Only known this. I've only known Canada. Can't even speak Chinese or anything.
Interesting.
Wow. Really?
No, like going to China, it's weird because it's like the people there
Yeah.
know when you're a Western Asian. So they're like, oh shit, this guy's not from here, and they like treat you differently. 'Cause
Oh,
they're,
yeah, I
like,
can
they
see that.
know. So it's like it's different.
A little
But
hint of judgment. And
yeah, a little bit of judgment there. It's weird to see their judgment, right? It's a little different there. They work harder, physically harder.
Yeah,
and
they
stuff.
definitely have like a totally different work ethic.
Like you see how hard these people work for like pennies. It's like holy shit.
Mhm.
Like I'm not working hard.
Interesting.
Like you think you're working hard here before what you're
Like
making.
like physically hard.
Like they're physically like
Yeah.
dying making
Yeah.
money. And over here we're like
Wow.
pretty pampered. It's like it opens your eyes and you're
Uh-huh.
like, wow, we live a really good
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
Because like when you're born here, it's like it's just average. This is all you know.
Mhm.
When you go somewhere like a little more third world, you're
Because
like,
that's all they know, right?
yeah, that's all they know.
Yeah.
Like they don't come in, they're like, oh, your life is so much better.
Yeah.
But like being here and then seeing that, you're like, holy shit. Like
Yeah, and that just
you
proves-
lucked out a bit.
Yeah, it proves the theory that like it doesn't matter how physically hard you work, that doesn't equal out to how much you get paid.
No, like you
know
cannot
what I
be
mean?
like an entrepreneur in some places. You don't have the resources. You don't have the skills,
Mhm.
the education, right? Like we grew up just knowing that. Like,
Yeah.
You just grow up here. You just go to school. It'd be weird here to just not go to school, right? Your parents wouldn't just not put you in school.
Yeah, would you,
have
would
some
you say
sort of education.
your parents are like a big influence on why you? I don't know what the word is.
Like
there, I
yeah,
guess,
no,
but-
my parents were a huge influence on this the way I am now. Like just they're always just like work
Okay.
hard, work now, enjoy later. Like they're always like
Right,
do it
right,
now,
right.
relax later.
So
Whereas I
same
think that's why-
mentality, like right now.
Yeah,
and
because
then-
like my dad, like my parents had me like super young, and I think my mom had like 22 or something. Just like they're still pretty young, and they're like, well, we'll just have our kids young. We can like do stuff with them when they're older, right? We don't want to be like
Ah.
in a wheelchair when our kids graduate high school.
Right, right.
Then my dad was doing like 8 years of accounting. My mom just quit her job to take care of me, and then my dad was just like doing the 8 hours of school every day, then 8-hour night shift. Just
Wow.
like I don't know how my dad literally survived for 4 years, working 8 hours a day in some shitty Chinese restaurant. And then
Holy.
because you can only work those like late shifts at night, and then doing like regular school to get his like CGA, and it was like I think he taught me the grind. He was like, man, I suffered 4 years doing 8 hours a day twice for like job and school just to like have a good life.
That's insane.
And then I was like, holy shit, like I don't know how we did it, because like I tried to grind last year, and you're like fuck, this sucks. But if you did it,
I feel like you have those characteristics in you.
like
Definitely,
it influenced me a lot. But
Yeah.
like definitely. Like maybe if I was a different family, it'd be different. But you just always had this like goal. It's like never go in debt. You know, never spend a penny more than you have, right? Like because that will come back to haunt you.
Of course.
And like I think I'm pretty good with my money because of that. Where they helped me manage my money when I was a kid, and it's just like I didn't grow up having nothing.
Yeah.
Right. They like helped me, like as a role model. They weren't like do this, do that.
Right.
They're like
Just
they
kinda
weren't your
guided you.
typical Asian parents. They weren't like go be a doctor, right? Like you know your typical Asian parents. They're like my mom was like if you want to be a starving artist, like do it. You have to be happy for yourself. But they're also like
Nice.
if you're a starving artist, don't come asking us for money, right?
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
good.
balance
That's
your
the
life.
good way to do it.
So
Take
my dad was
accountability
like
for
the
it.
hardworking role model with the money, and my mom was like, "Do what you love, but
Nice.
you know, if you fail, don't come back to us if it's your fault."
Yeah,
right?
take
Yeah.
accountability for your own choices.
Like I stayed at home with my parents. I was like 21. They're like, "You can stay here as long as you want, as long as you're doing something. Like if you're just doing nothing all day, like please leave. But if
Right.
you're like grinding, saving, doing something, we support you in every way."
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
So that like
that's
growing
proper.
up knowing that they have your back really helps because it's like I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Right? And you have some sort of like plan where if you like fail, I'm not gonna be like on the streets homeless or like eating
Yeah.
nothing. Like
Yeah.
they're there and you can ask them for guidance, right?
Definitely. Yeah, you seem like you're striving for like a very comfortable life. Like you don't ever want to be like financially limited or like
Yeah,
limited later in life by like certain things. Like
Like
you seem like you want to
financially-
have a good setup and foundation and then
Yeah,
like,
just
build on
build it
later.
young and then work your way up from there. Because like we're young now, we have the energy, right? Like I don't want to do when I'm tired and old one day and I
Yeah.
can't get out of bed. Like do it now, set up your life later,
Right.
Yeah.
and then just see what life takes you. 'Cause
So what do you want to do later then? Like what is this later to you? Like you're building this now, but then like let's say you build it and you have everything you need and like you have tons of money set aside and like you've been working your whole life. Like what then? What is after that? Or do you just kind of like want to wait and see? Or?
yeah, like I never thought about that far. It's like I'm just kind of like this year, maybe next year. I've never thought about like what do I do when I'm 65? Like I don't know, just be happy, have a good life. Probably have a family soon here, but that's more time too, right?
Yeah, of course.
And then you
It's
get
another
locked
job.
in, right? It's another job. I don't know if I'm ready for another job,
Yeah, fair
but
enough.
yeah, it's something to think about.
Add it
right?
to the list.
Oh man,
Damn, yeah.
yeah, it's just a lot. I don't know. I never thought about it that far, but just trying to set it up now so that I'm more comfortable later.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be like
Right.
grinding down the road. I want to be doing it now,
Yeah.
so that later I can have the time to relax.
Time to relax, time to travel.
Time to just like travel, you know, enjoy
Yeah.
your life. Like
Hell
that's,
yeah.
that's the only reason to be here. You gotta
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Personal happiness.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I've definitely found that out. That's the most important thing in life. Just
Huge.
Yeah.
like you're on this earth for yourself. Like don't be with someone and like you're doing everything to make them happy. Like you have to make yourself happy.
Yeah.
Like you are your own self. You
Yeah.
only live one life.
Yeah.
Comes number
Like,
one.
You are like think about your like it's like people that say it's selfish, but it's like you're here for yourself.
Yeah.
You gotta think about you before anyone else.
Yep.
Yeah. How can you try to influence someone else's happiness if you are not happy for yourself?
Yeah, and
Mhm.
like when we sell products, people are so happy when they buy your stuff, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, like I made someone happy. Like, it's kind of worth the money there. It's like
Definitely.
I made a difference to someone's life, right?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Because they could be somewhere negative.
Yeah.
You know, you're always trying to
Yeah,
help someone
very
out.
true, very true.
True. Like this product could have tons of meaning to this person.
Like
Yeah.
you guys probably get pictures from people who are like, man, I've been repping your like jet tech for like 5 years. It's all
Yeah.
like beat to shit.
Oh
And
yeah,
you're
tons
just like,
of them, man.
man, this guy supported me for 5 years. Like,
Yeah, and
I
I've
don't
never
even-
met him.
I
I've
never met him.
heard
He's just like just a good dude, but
Yeah,
you know, there's no connection other than that one piece of merch.
that's cool.
And I think that's why this is like a fun kind of job or business to do because you actually connect.
Yeah.
Like people don't just come back to you for your product or service. They like you as a person. So it's just more people, more connections.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's like part of your identity is literally like all around the world now.
Yeah.
People
it's
have
cool
a
to see
part of you.
like your expression of like art just like everywhere, right?
Yeah, we're almost running out of time here pretty soon,
Yeah.
but
Any last few questions here? For
I do
Mr.
want to
Solskjaer?
hear like what do you think is, I guess, your definition of happiness? Like you've mentioned it a few times in this episode.
Mhm.
I just want to hear like what is ultimately your goal for happiness?
Just less stress.
Okay.
Like, you know, just like enjoying being here.
Present, right?
Enjoying what's happening around you and taking it all in. Like you want to learn from everything, but you don't want to go through your whole life and everything's negative and you learn from it, right? You need to like reflect it some way.
Okay.
But to just like, you know, wake up and you're just like, oh, like I'm ready to like do what I'm doing today. Just being overall happy. It's kind
Yeah.
of like generic, but it's easy to be in like a dark mindset and to like pull yourself out. It's tough, right?
For sure.
Like
Yeah.
it happens to a lot of people because it's so easy to compare yourself to all these celebrities on like social media now, where you're just like, oh, like this person's like so much better than me. Because when you're on social media, you always see the best of the best. These people, there will always be someone better than you, right? But you got to be happy with where you're at in your life, because someone else will look up to you and be like, oh, I wish I was where they were in life.
Mm-hmm.
But you only see someone better than you, so you don't see what's below you, right?
Ah, that's a good way to put it.
Because, like, I don't know, I saw a comment once, and it was like, it's like a homeless guy on the street, and he's like, oh, I wish I had that girl's bike. And the girl's like, oh, I wish I had that guy's car. And the guy with the car is like, I wish I had a
Yeah.
Lamborghini.
Right.
It's like
I
an
wish I had a
endless
jet.
loop.
And it's just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you can't always look to, like, better yourself in that way. You just got to see where you're at and, like, enjoy it and take it for what it is.
Right.
Because you're,
being grateful for what you actually have.
yeah, because, like,
While working towards what you want.
yeah, like,
Yes.
be grateful for it and don't take it as a negative.
Nice.
But just use it to work harder for what you want. But don't take it as, like, oh, I don't have this.
I like that.
This sucks, right?
Mhm.
Be like,
Yeah.
oh, I do have this. This is, like, a benefit. Where someone else probably wants to be where you are in life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one
Very
thing I really
true.
like about
There's
you.
so many
is-
places in the world that like you see and you're just like, man, if I was born there, you wouldn't know
Yeah.
any different. But
Seriously.
being here and seeing that, you're like, wow, I'm really lucky.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And like you gotta take that in and be like, even if life is shitty here, you still have it better than half the world.
for sure.
And
Yeah.
like you need to take that in.
Gratitude. Yeah, that's one thing I really liked about you. You seem very like grateful for what you've accomplished, and you also seem like you're very intent on being present and always just like living in the moment and like living each day as its own.
Yeah, like you gotta have a plan, but you also gotta take it in one day at a time because
Yep.
you know,
Yeah.
Definitely.
life goes by fast and like we're already 25, all of us,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, it's cool to see you're like setting this up so early and like you already have a house, you're already married, like
Yeah, just that stuff is hard to like judge. Like you gotta find the right person, right?
Of
You can't
course.
just like find someone and be like, we're getting married now. Like
Of course.
that shouldn't
That
be like
person there.
that should be a definition of who
Yeah,
you are.
you.
Like that
Want to get married?
that is something you cannot work towards. It just that happens, right? That
Yes.
is like
It's like a life moment.
you do have to work hard in it,
Definitely.
right? Like not everyone gets along. You don't get along every day. You work through it, right?
Yeah.
But business and like all this other self happiness, that's up to you.
definitely.
Mhm. Yeah, good way to put
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Good way to end the podcast here.
Yeah, very good, very good.
Any last remarks?
Yeah, anything you want to tell people or let people know?
Yeah, like plug your IGs and stuff.
You guys will plug it for me.
True, yeah, we can put everything up here.
Well, it's a podcast, so people that are listening on Spotify.
That's true. At soscare.tm.
Nice. Okay. So
There
yeah,
you
that's how you
go.
can find Brandon. Feel free to shoot him a message.
Message me. I always
shoot him,
reply. I don't think I've ever not replied to any DM. Every
Nice.
single message, at least
That's
a little
awesome.
convo.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah, we try to do the same thing, but
Yeah.
sometimes we definitely
Yeah.
let it slip a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get overwhelmed a bit.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
You're just like,
Uh-huh.
oh man. But
Yeah,
you
for
try.
sure.
You try. You can only do so much as as one person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Even
Awesome,
with
man.
two
Yeah.
people, I feel like we
Yeah,
always have so much to
for
do. So the
sure.
fact that you're doing everything is
Yeah.
insane.
Well, I don't know.
very
That's what happens when you
impressive.
grow. You see how it takes you, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, very impressive.
All right, man. Well, thank you for being on the
Yes.
Modern Mindset podcast.
Thank you guys for having me.
Much
Thank you guys for
appreciated.
listening.
And we'll see you next week. If you have any questions for us or Brandon, just feel free to shoot us a message, and we will get back to you.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, guys.